Appreciate that. Our next speaker, also running in the 9th Congressional District to the north, is Gill.
Thanks, Frank, for that introduction. It's great to see so many friends here. Congressman, welcome to Leroy and Billy, both great friends, and to everybody else who's made civic participation a priority by being here tonight. Thank you so much. Hope you all had a terrific Christmas and a Happy New Year. I think we're kicking off this new year in style. I'm happy to be here at your company tonight. I want you to know a little bit about who I am. I'm a family farmer, a small business owner, a former member of the California State Board of Education, and I think we got a compelling fight on our hands in California's 9th District, just north of here. I'll tell you what matters to me. Frankly, in that district, which has a lot of economic pain, I know we've heard about that, it's been discussed in abstract. Leroy, we've had this conversation. With many of you, I've told you that the number that I'm concerned about in my race is that unemployment rate. It is twice the national unemployment rate there. We have huge issues that need to be addressed here in town. Richard Howard, we have a foreclosure rate that is second to none. And yet, the real dysfunction in that district, the reason these answers are being kicked, these questions are being kicked down the road, is that there's a political dysfunction, something that is hurting that community. And it deals with a political system that is not giving people voice. Here's what I mean by that. In the entire 9th District today, and it goes from Brentwood up to Lodi and Gulf, and encompasses the whole city of Stockton. These are 700,000 people. This is the most sobering statistic of all. There's not a single state or federal legislator that lives there, not one. We are the most underrepresented people in the entire country. A lot of people ask me about the urgency of this campaign, and that is it in a nutshell. It's given the only place that I've called on to be voice, and that is what I believe is very, very compelling. I talked about no legislators being from there. That includes Jerry McDermott, my opponent. Congressman Denham, we've had this conversation before. I think he's fundamentally neglected that community on a whole host of issues. It's not just one. On foreclosures, the best my opponent can do in a community like Stockton is to hold a workshop. On the economy, he convened a Blue Ribbon Commission that met once and then disbanded. On agriculture, which is our seminal industry, he voted against free trade. In a district where he doesn't live, he paid a consultant to rig the redistricting process. Can you believe that? That process didn't belong to a politician, it belonged to you, it belonged to us as people. He robbed us of our voice, and now he's going to try to move into our community and two-time us, and that's the firewall we're trying to stop that. Now, I'll tell you a little bit about my background and the potential of this race. I think we can certainly, in this campaign, that's the tonic of this campaign. We want to do a lot here. We want to rebut stereotypes about this party. The reason we've got the whole Democratic National Committee scared is that they frankly haven't taken a candidate like me. We don't fall into that caricature anymore. We bring fresh ideas, and if there's an election cycle where this is going to work, it's this one. A little bit about my background and in my experience. I think my opponent has a habit, Jerry McDermott does, of not just sending Democratic operatives to videotape me. They do that on occasion. In fact, they were here tonight before they got expelled. But something else that they tend to do, they try to equate my age to inexperience. And here's why that's a faulty premise. I am a young guy. I think there's certain novelties around this campaign. I don't deny it. There's nothing generic here, but maybe that's good. It's a proposition we're going to test. But the other thing that matters here is that you cannot judge a book by its cover. I'm a young guy now, but I was young when I served on the State Board of Education. Governor Schwarzenegger called me and said, I want you to be the singular representative for 7 million public school students. I was young when I got involved in my family's small business, which is primarily agriculture. We grow grapes, we grow cherries, we know what it's like to deal with regulatory burdens. That's where I learned the value of dollars. I was young when I worked for a Major League Baseball team, the Oakland A's. I did that as a Giants fan. Some of you can pardon me for that. But that's what I did, helping close litigation loopholes. I had that experience. And I want to bring the breadth of my ideas and vision to this district. That sorely needs something more local and a lot of vision. I'll tell you, as a party, we cannot be comfortable in our own enclaves. What we have to do is be the party of ideas. Kristen Olson mentioned this earlier. I think it's fundamentally important. Just today, I had this very conversation with Governor Jeb Bush, who campaigned for me. This morning, we did an event together. I'm honored to have his support. Had the same conversation with Governor Nikki Haley, who flew all the way across the country from South Carolina to campaign for me. This district is a priority. And it's a priority because this is a swing seat where our party doesn't have to play defense. We can go on offense. Isn't that refreshing? Once you want to do that, I will tell you that as a party, we have to maintain a focus on what can look like. It means this, not just resisting the president's agenda on healthcare, but talking about patient-centered health reform. It means not just talking about school reform, but making sure that student-centered education reform is a priority. I fought that fight on the State Board of Education. The reason we have a high school exit exam in this state is because when I was on the board, we fought the temptation to get rid of that standard. We kept that standard in place. It's about a balanced budget requirement, which Congressman Denham has fought for, and I'm hoping to shore up your ranks there, so that the next generation isn't drowned in debt, that unborn taxpayers aren't drowned into this abyss of paying taxes endlessly as far as you can see. These are the kind of questions that are going to define the future. It's about the right to rise. It's about economic freedom. You can't stipulate results for people, but you can provide opportunity. It starts with electing leaders who can go on offense and tell folks you don't have to vote Democrat by default. And if you're looking at a guy in this race who can do just that, who's got the other side shaking their boots, I think you're staring at it right now. They are following me everywhere they go, and what they're going to see is a trail to victory. Gary Duncan, we had this conversation earlier. I think it's fundamentally important that we win this race. We frankly should have won it last time. And it shouldn't be forbidden fruit for us. We can win this race. We have an opponent who's neglected a community, who's taking advantage of it. I don't say this lightly. I think he's two-timing the folks in this valley. We don't need a Bay Area congressman. We need someone from here who's got boots on the ground. And I submit to you that that will be me. I'm thrilled to have this audience with you. I'm grateful for your attention this evening. I will tell you I'm willing to cede the floor, and I want to exhaust all my 10 minutes. What I would say to you is in this campaign, there's the possibility to aspire. There's a possibility to push the envelope, to actually do something that will take ground away from the other party. We don't have to be in a defensive posture all the time. We don't have to resign ourselves to that. There's no better offensive opportunity in this state than that congressional district. I know Congressman Kevin McCarthy feels that, who I just had a chance to speak with today. We got together. Governor Bush was so compelled he flew across the country. Governor Haley felt that way. In my own backyard, I need you folks to really feel the heartbeat of this campaign. Colin Hunter is with us. He's a former CIA official. I feel like he downgraded his role to step on my campaign. But go see him if you want to get involved. Jamie Fiskus is here. And I want to give you all the license to harass. Get in touch. We've got to win this race. God bless you all. Thanks.